Good evening guys, and welcome to part 2 of my video showing the exploration of Ahtopol and Cinemorets in August 2026. It is still 7th of August, Friday, around 7 p.m. in the evening, and I just arrived from Cinemorets in Ahtopol. So now we are gonna check what are the changes here, what's the situation compared with the last year, and so on. Here we are in the region of the bus station. As you can see, pretty much nothing is happening here. This Cavalry Club was once a disco club. I think that it is not working now, at least it doesn't seem to be. Here we have the normal things that were here last year, like pancakes, like burgers, like doner kebab, pizza, and so on. Nothing has changed. Maybe I'm gonna show you the prices of this seafood place so that you can know what to expect. Yeah, it's not my favorite way to show the prices per 100 gram because it makes it more difficult for the people to calculate, but yeah. Here we have the bus station. As you can see, it is still 31 degrees, pretty hot. And here we have a lot of things for breakfast. So now we are entering the main street of Ahtopol, and we are starting with the restaurants. On the left you can see maybe the only place with live music here in Ahtopol. It is called Mehana Kotvata, or Restaurant the Anchor, if we can literally translate it. As you can see, there is almost nobody here yet because it's a bit early. This place called Krčmata, or the pub, is generally good, or at least it was last year. I'm not sure if I will be able to sit here and test anything because I simply don't have too much time. But anyway, it is still working. And from here we have a bar on the left, which in fact I have never tested. Maybe tonight, being a Friday night, will be the first time when I will do. It is working till 2 a.m. so looks like a pretty good deal. Here we have more things for breakfast, like pancakes and so on. Here we have some souvenirs for the tourists and the normal things that you find at the seaside. On the right you have supermarket for food. After that, on the left, there is a very famous store called Vino i Rakia, which can be translated like wine and brandy. Wine, tobacco, alcohol. Pretty good place. You have good choice. So this is an important place in the city. And after that we continue down. This place, Venezia, is one of the places which works. I'm not sure if it works all year, but even if not, it opens pretty early. So it's a good place to know if you are here early in the season. Here we have some ice cream. And another place which is called Hawaii. It is also famous, but still there are not many people. Looking at this, really, yeah, there seems to be less people than last year, because after all it is 7 p.m. it's not 5 or 6 p.m. so I expected more people to be present here. And after that we will slowly go towards the harbor. So I will reach this place in a few minutes and I will also show it to you. On the left there is a very famous restaurant here called Peroa. You can see it here. And this is the place where I'm gonna eat. But this will happen in around 1 hour because I have a reservation for 8 p.m. So later I will show it to you from the inside and show you what they have as a food and drink. So let me get to the harbor and I will continue from there. Here we have the Park of Ahtopol. It was reconstructed, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago, something like that, and it is now pretty beautiful. They also have a very beautiful new church right next to it, but from here it is a bit difficult to see it. But the sea itself and the pier are also very beautiful. I'm gonna reach this in around a minute. So generally the harbor here in Ahtopol is very small. It is only for fishing boats and some tourist boats which are used for the tourists to have a swim in the sea, to have a sail. So you should not have too big expectations. By the way, here is how the church looks from this angle. You can see how massive and how beautiful it is, and it was finished just recently in the last few years. So now let's check also the pier, and you can also see the lighthouse of Ahtopol right in front of me. It is a rather small white house, but anyway, it is important for the ships and it is here for a long time. I don't know exactly when it was built, but it's beautiful. And here is the harbor itself. As you can see, the focus is almost entirely on fishing boats, which is in fact good. I like such small harbors because they show the original spirit of these villages around the Black Sea, because fishing was the main income for the region for a long time after all. And of course now it's a bit different. Now the tourism is maybe the most important, but anyway the boats are still here, and outside the active season people are still fishing, which is great. Here you can see some boats from up close so that you can see what the local people are using. This one is pretty old and some people are also fishing. And here you can see the main boats for the tourists. Here you can see their prices, and in fact they are pretty affordable. So if you want to have a walk, no, not a walk but sail around Ahtopol, that's the way to do it. This boat has obviously just finished and now the tourists are getting out. So guys, with this beautiful view of the lighthouse, let me get to some more interesting places and I will continue from there. One interesting thing about Ahtopol, and in fact also other villages at Black Sea like Suzopu and like Nesebar, is that they were originally built by the Greek. And here you have some left fragments from walls from Greek times. Here you can also find some information about Ahtopol itself. So generally the ancient Greeks were very good sailors and also very good traders. So they traveled a lot by sea, and when they entered the Black Sea, they started founding such small villages as a trade posts that they used to trade with the local population. So Ahtopol was originally also such trade post, and that's why even the name, the ancient name of it was Agatopolis, and as you can hear, it is quite close to the current name of Ahtopol. This place is also pretty good, by the way. It is called Четримата капитани, which can be translated like the four captains. Some people are already dining, and the great thing here is the very beautiful view that you have. You can see the whole bay from here, and you also have some ancient houses. There are not too much of them left, unfortunately, but this one that I'm approaching is maybe the most famous, and it is known as the Greek house. As you can see, it is very beautiful, built by wood and stone, entirely natural materials from the past, and it is also in very good shape. This is simply amazing. I'm not sure. I think that maybe you can stay here as a guest house, but I have no idea what's the price. I have never checked. And from here we also have very beautiful view towards the bay itself. And you can also use these stairs to get down if you want to the water. We also see the lighthouse and the harbor itself. By the way, guys, if you want to avoid the hustle and bustle of the harbor region at the Four Captains restaurant, but you still want a very good view towards the sea, you can also check this place, which is called Buruna. As you can see, they also have tables looking directly at the sea. So this is a bit of semi-local place, let's say it like that. So I highly recommend it if you want something not so famous, but also with great view towards the sea. Here is the view that you are getting if you sit here. Here we have another old house, and people are also having a garden here with tomatoes which look very delicious. And here is the old church of Ahtopol. As you can see, this is a really ancient church. It was built during the times when we were under Ottoman rule, and that's why it is built like this, because the Ottomans didn't allow the Christians to have high buildings, so that the churches needed to be partially under the ground and not too high, so that they don't attract attention and the Ottomans don't burn them. But this church is very beautiful. Now I can't enter because I'm not properly dressed. I am with shorts. I have beer in my hand, so it's not the right time, but maybe next time I will show you how it looks. It is also very beautiful from the inside. And here we have another building which is connected with the history of Ahtopol. Now it is like a museum, but it is generally known as the Greek school. As you can see, there are a lot of Greek related places here in Ahtopol, which corresponds with the history of the place. And now we are gonna slowly walk around the city with a very beautiful view towards the sea. So let me find some other places which will be interesting for you. So guys, if you are the type of person that likes to eat with a very beautiful view towards the sea. You have a lot of places in Ahtopol where you can do that. I already showed you the four captains, I showed you the Buruna, and now I'm gonna pass through one of the very high class restaurants here in Ahtopol, which is called Sveti Georgi or Saint George. As you can see, they also have a lot of tables which have very beautiful view towards the sea, and there are also people here, so you can see that it is a very famous place. Let me pass quickly so that I don't disturb the people who are eating. But yeah, this place is also one that I recommend. It is definitely not the cheapest one because it is famous and it is considered as a high-class restaurant, but Ahtopol is generally a place which is very friendly for families. It is family oriented, so the prices are generally lower than like let's say Suzopu or Sunny Beach or Neseber or other more famous villages on our seaside. So even the high-class restaurants like St. George that you saw should not be so expensive. At least if you come for one dinner, it should not be a problem. So guys, let me continue my stroll, and we are also gonna check if the craft beer store from last year is still working. This is quite important because yeah, I will sit at the restaurant in around 30 minutes. I will have a dinner for sure. I will show you what I'm ordering and what I'm getting. But after that, we need to do something because it is Friday. And being Friday means that I need craft beer and maybe I will need a bar after that. Having a bar here will not be so difficult because I already found two which are working for sure, but with the craft beer the situation is not very good. Generally, Ahtopol is not a place where you can expect to find a craft beer, and last year was an exception with this store, so I really hope that it will be working, but we are gonna see in a few minutes. If you like seafood, guys, this place is one that I recommend. It is called the Fish House and it is obviously by the name seafood oriented. Some people are already dining here. You have a place for kids to play. If you have kids, this may be important for you. And also the prices, at least last year, were affordable. I will most probably not be able to check this year because in fact I have only one more day here, and I will need to choose carefully what to visit, but anyway, you can check this place if seafood is your thing. And unfortunately, guys, we have some bad news. The craft beer store is not working. As you can see, this is the place that I visited last year, but yeah, there is a writing on it that it won't work this year, so that's bad, but I will need to compensate with the bar. This is another place, by the way, which is seafood oriented. It's called Bistro Ahtopol, and let me also show you their prices, which in fact are pretty okay. I don't see something extraordinary here. So guys, with this I think that it is about the right time to go to my restaurant, because I have around 20 minutes to catch my reservation. If I encounter something interesting on my way there, I will of course show it to you. Otherwise, I will show you what they have as a food, because this place is really good, or at least it was last year. We will see what they have. And by the way, here we have some prices for this Escada Beach restaurant. Escada is a hotel, the biggest hotel in Ahtopol. In fact, it is this hotel, you can see it. And this place is in fact working as a fast food. It is especially useful if you want to have a cheap eat for lunch. So as I see, the prices are still very affordable here, which is good to be seen. And yeah, let's go to have some food and drink. Well guys, before going to the restaurant, I want to show you also one glimpse of the Ahtopol beach, because most probably I won't be able to come here tomorrow. My program is pretty complicated and stretched between Cinemorets and Ahtopol. So let me show you how it looks. And before that, I think that this concrete structure here, looking like a pier, was not here last year. I'm not 100% sure, but this definitely looks new, and it looks very new. And here is how the beach itself look. I don't know if you can see because the camera is with pretty wide angle, but yeah, here is the paid zone. And you have a pretty huge free zone after that, but the sun is also directly in front of us, so I don't know if you are seeing properly. Okay, so this is how the beach looks, guys, and now it is the time to go to my restaurant. So guys, I am again at the main street, and I'm about to enter the restaurant Peroa. And let me tell you that Peroa in Bulgarian can mean two very different things. One of the meanings is the gems that comes from the certain type of mussels, and it is used for necklaces, rings and other things. And the other is a very small type of fish that is local for the Black Sea. I don't know which one they meant when they gave the name of this place, but you can see that it is very beautiful. And yeah, let me find my table and see what I will order. So guys, let me first show you their menu, how it looks. These are the prices, so that if you come here, you know what they have. It is not too big of menu, which you know I like. I like to have smaller choice, but properly prepared, so everything looks okay. And here is the uzu that I find, uzu mattarelli, which is pretty good. So let me wait for our food. So guys, we started with the uzu, but here we also have tarama. You know that I love it. And here we also have palamut, which is local fish here from Black Sea. Everything is very delicious, so let me enjoy my food, and after that we continue with the Friday night.